From Allison, how are feature boards different from TV boards?
Oh, Ashlyn, you should start with this one.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
this is a great question because I just added in the last year or so a feature board section to my portfolio. Because when I was in college, I had a guy tell me that once you did TV, you could never do feature.
Never. That's it.
No one will ever want you in feature. Like, you're gonna be dirty. Like, no one's gonna want to talk to you. And then I got approached by a feature studio, and they were like, we love your work. We think that you would really, if you tried to do feature boards, you would really, maybe you would really like it. But and this like goes back to like, it's kind of like who or like if somebody's willing to give you a chance. But this guy I'd worked with before was like, hey, we'll sit down, like I'll talk you through it a little bit and we'll work on you doing some feature boards. Which was so nice of him, because I have been working in TV for like 1,000 years. So my boards are like very TV. So feature boards are more cinematic, which means your angles are going to be more dynamic. You can tilt them more. You can go from higher up, lower, or down. More 3D shots. Not as like straight on, or you're going to draw the characters from like, basically imagine the camera just like moving around more in the shot as well. Like in TV, you don't want to draw the camera moving around because often the show is in 2D. So you don't want to draw a moving camera.
Yeah.
In feature, move that camera around, like going out of style. Not necessarily, but like for the shot. Also, in addition, feature doesn't use Storyboard Pro. You know how we just talked about like, oh, do you need to learn Storyboard Pro? In feature, they hate Storyboard Pro. Storyboard Pro hate it. They're like, no, we don't want, you have to use Photoshop for your boards.
Yeah.
They want toned boards. They want the boards to look moody. They want them to be lit and like beautifully rendered and so I did a sequence of boards that were all like as dynamically rendered as I could possibly try to make them. And my friend was like, okay, you're trying your best. And, I think it was getting there, but the fact is like, it is like a very specific skill set. Like it's very like gestural. And in fact, like, this is sort of like a weird thing to say, but some people say that like feature boards are kind of like, the schedules are like less intense because you're given like, I don't know.
4 years to make a movie.
Yeah, I'm like making it up, but like in TV, it's like you do 5 weeks for like 1,000 boards, and then in feature, they're like, you have 8 months to do like 2 boards.
Yeah.
But they're like beautiful.
Illustrations.
Like beautiful illustrations. But yeah, I think for feature, like it is like more like beat boards almost, like more like rendered and subtle. And if you look online, like what I would do is if you're interested in feature boards, like there are examples of like, I know Kung Fu Panda boards are online, and you can see that they are just a lot more just like rendered and gestural. Like Glenn Keane comes to mind, even though he did animation. Like they're all like that. Like
not always on model, right? Like
not always on model at all. Like
it's a bit more important in TV to be on model.
Yeah, TV is like always on model and like.
Because most of the time in feature, they animate the movie in house, like at Walt Disney Feature or DreamWorks. So they don't necessarily, the animators are right down the hall, so they don't necessarily need to.
Yeah, and like on model, I don't know if that's like, people know that term. It just means like sticking, like your storyboards have to look like the model sheets that I understand.
And the features a lot more about like subtle acting too. Like, can you get like the subtle motions that make the character like the character. Yeah, I will say you should never put a feature board in your TV portfolio, and you should never put a TV board in your feature portfolio. Like the crossover is like, it's really weird. They're like very like oil and water, like with each other. Like I recently got a message from a friend that was like, we're making a movie and like we had to bring in people from TV. And I was like,
Disgusting.
like it's so funny. And I hope someday we can all get along.